Discussing this latest disgusting piece of police tragedy, really. I mean, when you have a police force that is this hell-bent on power, that says we are the authorities, that they will pull over an ambulance and try to forcefully arrest a man who is, again, attending to a very ill woman, you have a society that is beyond corrupt, that is beyond the pale. It's just shocking, Alex.
But Bermas, Bermas, as bad as that is, it's nothing compared to that they're in the news, local TV, defending the cops. You ought to pull that clip up, saying that they're going to probably go ahead and charge the guy who has this cop in his face like an attack dog because he's trying to attend a woman with her frantic son there. I mean, this is insane. These people are insane. But then they come out and say, no, you're insane. We're saying it's a crime to even talk back to us when you're trying to help someone in the back of an ambulance. And then it gets more insane because people email and call us saying we're bad because all they do is sit there, literally groveling at the feet of the police state. Folks, the people defend on national TV torture of people's wives and children in front of them. They admit with Sheikh Mohammed, with that guy, that they tortured his kids to get him to come out and confess to bombing buildings that weren't built till 3 years after he was in prison. So my whole point is that this is the globalists are psychiatrists. That's who they mainly use, and this is meant to make everything so crazy we feel like we're crazy. It'd be like if you came home and some psychopath had killed your wife and kids and had intestines wrapped around their neck with a dinner table set up with your chopped up family, and you walk in and you say, I think you're crazy scum, and they say, you're the one that's crazy, as they sit there eating your wife's eyeballs in front of you. They're openly stealing everything. They're openly setting up youth brigades. But it's even crazier. Half the public says the youth brigades don't exist, as it shows them in military uniforms marching on national TV ads. The public says it's not real. As the borders implode, they say it's not real. As CIA aircraft crash full of cocaine, it's admitted they're shipping the coke in, and people just say, well, that's good. Still to put people in jail if they use government cocaine. I mean, I just can't take it anymore, Bermas, to watch this video of these insane demons, and then they're not going to get in trouble. The EMT is. I mean, it's totally insane, but there's a method to the madness. Crazy like a fox. The establishment knows that they can set a precedent to torture children and say that that's mom and apple pie and say we're traitors because we're not for torturing children. They can do anything, and they have. We are a nation that accepted killing 50-plus million babies and said it wasn't murder. We're a nation that accepted having a private Federal Reserve that controls us and set the precedent for that. We're a nation that has accepted federal domination. We're a nation that has accepted more and more until the public has just capitulated, and the establishment is standing over us, urinating on us, marking their territory, slapping us in the face, rubbing it in, saying, isn't that right, slave? Isn't that right, slave? And I tell you, the spirit of liberty is rising. The establishment, ladies and gentlemen, has listed veterans, gun owners, conservatives, Ron Paul supporters as terrorists. They have the Army tracking us declassified when we have in the Fed rallies. This government is illegal and criminal, and you cowards out there that defend this system, you cowards out there that have, I hope when we beat this thing, that a lot of you are brought to justice within the Bill of Rights and Constitution, but I also hope we remember who you are and that you are shunned everywhere and hated for the people that tried to bring in total tyranny. And I hope to God you don't win and have the tyranny you want, you group of sicko filth. But if I can do anything, I'm going to try to wake the people up and let them know what's happening and let them understand the reality of what's going on so we can beat you people, because we're going downhill into tyranny.
The story's over at Infowars.com. Right now, it's the Alex Jones Show. Back after this with Lou Rockwell, PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com.
And the cops start stomping it and beating little 12-year-olds up, and then the news says, yes, they're going to charge the 12-year-olds for assaulting the cop, and it's on tape. Some 260-pound cop beats up 12-year-old potheads. I mean, I've seen thousands of these videos. Every millisecond, a new video I remember seeing pops into my head where they're hiring every scumbag, every thug, every control freak, and as the cops get a worse and worse image, the good cops are leaving, and pure scum and filth and mentally ill trash who thinks it's normal to stop an ambulance. I mean, I'm reading the mainstream news articles about this out of Oklahoma, and they're saying the officers are doing a great job. They're saying this is totally normal. They're saying that ambulances shouldn't speed. They're saying that the EMT needs to go to jail. I mean, this is mental illness. This is total and complete insanity. And that's why I'm ranting and raving even behind the scenes. I appreciate the great crew and everybody out there who is trying to help us get the word out on this. But I mean, to think about how they covered up how they shot that kid in the back, and then we finally get the video, and they're beating him up as he dies for no reason. The cop shoots him in the back and then throws a fit that he shot him in the back, thinking, oh, I'm going to get in trouble for this. So he slams his head in the ground and stomps on him. I mean, this is that is wrong to murder someone in cold blood. It's wrong to rape children in front of their parents. It's wrong to have foreign bankers and the Federal Reserve on TV saying they're above the law. I know that sounds radical and extreme to some of you. It's because you're under mind control. This is brainwashing. I assure some new listeners out there, it's not normal to have police murder people and then cover it up. It's not normal to have a police state. It's not normal to have a New World Order and carbon taxes. It's not normal to have. This is not good. This is horrible. This is wrong. And everybody just stays in their houses watching their TV shows, being conditioned that all of this is normal and acceptable. I mean, Bermas, what do you think about the fact that, and you should open the phones up with Rockwell in the next hour because we can open up our own phone systems and Genesis is down, the perennial problems. But I mean, the issue here is, Bermas, again, it's being taken to new levels of tyranny.
Well, you know what? We had another story, Alex. We had another story just last week. This 15-year-old kid is on a bike playing cops and robbers with a plastic toy gun with his friends. They shoot him, and then they cuff him afterwards. Listen, they shot him, and then they cuffed him after they realized it was a toy gun. What is this? And then you have the eyewitnesses going, I can't believe they just let him lie there bleeding.
That's the mental illness. I told you those videos of him breaking pro-lifers' arms. They then beat them after they break your arm. It's like, oh, you got a toy. Oh, I shot you. I'm going to go ahead and cuff you and hope you bleed to death. That was like that Carnaby guy, CIA down in Houston. The cops execute him clearly on a hit team inside the department. We know they have one. And then they cuff him and hold medical attention back till he dies. That's what I mean. They're openly going to be lining us up and shooting us soon, and they'll have all these little minions in the police departments on the message boards going, good. It's good to line Americans up in machine guns.
Well, you already have this guy who is a commentator on Fox News. He's a military veteran. He's a writer for the New York Post, and he's like, these reporters, they're not partisan. They're against the war. They're for the terrorists. We're just going to have military attacks on them. We're just going to have blackout censorship. Well, they already do, but now they're going to put it on paper that they can just gun down anybody who disagrees. It's the Alex Jones Show. Back after this.